You don't remember anything last night, huh?
I got really melodramatic, didn't I?
You told me that you weren't really on a vacation. That you've been looking for a job for a year and your boyfriend didn't work out.
You are out of control.
What?
I've packed your things. They're in the bedroom.
What?
And since you didn't have any money, you decided to move back here.
Is there anything else?
Don't remember anything.
The unprecedented nature of this
Don't you get that tingle?
shock around.
You know you're watching something that's going to change the course of history. You all right?
It's this nervous tick I have. I get this itch.
Oh my God.
Thing appeared. Same place, exact same time. But it just made a bunch of weird hand gestures.
I'm gonna show you guys something.
It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.
Ow! What was that? What was that?
A helicopter.
With like the pilot and everything?
I feel terrible.
Give him a good show.
Keep it cool. Oh my God, those people are looking at us.
She's the monster.
We are constantly being shown alien creatures coming from space to destroy this world, or beasts that come out of the earth that also level everything in their path, including mega cities that get destroyed or wiped out. And now there is a comedy coming out to that effect this April, which features Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. And it's quite interesting that they've made this into a comedy. To me, this is not really something to laugh about at all. And just as you saw from the trailer at the beginning of this video, there really is no symbolism to break down. It is very obvious as to what they are showing. And, I wasn't even going to do a video on this trailer. But the more I dug into it, even just a little, there were some quite interesting connections that I was able to find. And I am going to show you that myself here. So as we look into what IMDb says about this movie, it just says that a woman discovers that severe catastrophic events are somehow connected to the mental breakdown from which she is suffering. Now, sounds simple enough, but I think there's definitely more than meets the eye when it comes to this movie. And, speaking about comedy, if we take a step back into the 80s, how many remember a comedy yet again about aliens? Mork and Mindy starring Robin Williams. Now that we're awake to a lot of these things, you can see the silver upside down triangle right on his outfit. He came in an egg, of course, figuring, oh, that's Isis and, Ishtar and all this thing about Easter eggs and that kind of thing. Definitely from the mystery religions. Again, you can see him in his, with the triangular upside down triangle on his outfit. So really, Mork and Mindy was yet again a comedy with a quirky, funny kind of alien character coming from a different world. So these comedies are really being used to program us from decades ago. You'll remember even a show called Alf. Many people love this show. I myself watched this show. Alf, of course, stood for Alien Life Form and was a TV series back in the 80s. It was quite a funny, entertaining show. But again, it was all about, the story was centered around this alien that basically this family was harboring. And they were very, very scared for government or people from the government to come snooping around. So really, again, alien programming in the form of a comedy. And more recently in the 90s, you'll remember a show called Third Rock from the Sun, again depicting aliens coming from a different planet, coming to this earth. They are super intelligent and basically blended in or tried to blend in with humanity. And again, you've got good old Saturn symbolism right in the background here. So really, comedies are being used to really program people. And of course, this one that we're talking about right now with Anne Hathaway is yet again another comedy which in my opinion is really playing a role in programming the people of this world. And according to Wikipedia, it says that the plot, after losing her job and boyfriend in New York, Gloria, which is played by Anne Hathaway, moves back to her hometown only to discover how strangely connected she is to an enormous Kaiju attacking Seoul in South Korea. Now, this is giving a little bit more detail than what IMDb said, talking about, or actually giving a name to this creature, a kaiju. Now, what is a kaiju? That's what really got me thinking and digging into what this movie is really about. So according to Wikipedia, a kaiju is usually featured in Japanese films and features monsters that usually attack major cities and engaging the military and other monsters in battle. So we have seen these kinds of things in Godzilla. Now, more recently, of course, in this movie that we're seeing now, that's also taking place in Seoul, Korea, and that kind of thing. And, kaijus are typically modeled after conventional animals, insects, or mythological creatures. They can even be shown to be vampires, werewolves, mummies, zombies, all that kind of thing. So, and usually gigantic in size. And what I found even more interesting is that this same term for kaiju, for this creature, was also used in a movie called Pacific Rim back in 2013. I'm sure many of you will remember this movie, and according to the story, it says human cities come under attack by the kaijus, okay, who are colossal beasts coming through an interdimensional portal on the Pacific Ocean floor. To combat them, the Pacific Rim nations build Jaegers, equally colossal humanoid war machines. So each Jaeger is piloted by two people whose brains are linked to share the overwhelming mental and load of operating the machine. So again, you can see minds being linked here. We have spoken about that many times in many past movie breakdowns, whether it was Ghost in the Shell, whether it was even Mind Gamers recently, people linking brains and all that kind of thing. So this has been shown for a long time. So the Jaegers, these basically humanoid robots, which are powered by humans inside. So these are gigantic robots to combat these colossal kaijus that come up out of the earth. They are used to battle these things, and the humans inside are linking brains. So again, you've got the transhumanistic agenda, you've got the Nephilim giant agenda that's being shown here. But this is what I found real interesting, talking about minds being linked here. Down below it says that a scientist studying the kaijus assembles a device that allows him to establish a mental link with a kaiju brain fragment. He discovers that the kaijus are not wild beasts but living weapons sharing a hive mind and fighting at the behest of a race of alien colonists. Okay, so that's really what is going on here. That is exactly what the Bible talks about, the beast and the 10 horns. They will have a hive mind, and they will be of one mind, and we'll see that later on in the book of Revelation. So I find it very, very interesting, this connection to the kaiju. They are linked. They have a hive mind mentality. They all think alike. And so is this what we are being shown here? Because what I find interesting is that Anne Hathaway is in a weird sort of way able to control this kaiju or this beast, even though she's mentally unstable and is having a breakdown. But you saw in the trailer that they make it into a comedy, that she can control this thing. And I will talk later on more as to what I believe is really being shown here. But of course, they're showing this as a comedy. Oh yeah, the all-out destruction of a city, that's no big deal. That's just all comic relief and collateral damage. But for the sake of a comedy and, getting a good laugh from everyone, they're going to just use Nephilim and beasts and all of these things to the giants and this kind of thing, to just keep programming people, keep bringing on the comedies, keep getting people to laugh at this kind of stuff, not even realizing what is taking place here. And what's funny is that this guy has even 2 horns, reminds me of good old childhood's end. Corellin here, who comes later on and shows himself to the world as basically a dragon-like figure, the aliens that came and invaded Earth and are now basically about to destroy the world. And yet again, we've spoken so much about Isaiah 13. I find that I come to this chapter a lot when it comes to these videos, because really it is showing the same thing over and over and over again that is constantly played out in these movies and TV shows. And again, from verse 3 of Isaiah 13 in the Septuagint version of the Bible, it says, "I give command and I bring them. Giants are coming to fulfill my wrath, rejoicing at the same time and insulting." And it goes on to say at the end that there'll be devils there, that devils shall dance there, that satyrs shall dwell there, Okay, so basically all kinds of demonic creatures are coming. The giants are coming. All of these abominable creatures, the progeny of the fallen angels and the Nephilim, all that kind of thing are going to be returning to the earth again, because God's wrath is about to be poured out on sinful mankind. And speaking of the hive mind, we've brought up this article before. It is crucial to the Illuminati that the general population are all kept in a certain acute state of being that best serves their agenda and supports their control regime, and also prevents them from awakening to what is really happening all around them. So, you can look at this article more for yourself. Again, I've shown this before. I will leave links to these things, but really, the hive mind, the Illuminati wants to control your mind. They want to tell you what to think, and eventually, if you morph with their machines and their technology, even more so will they control you, and that is exactly what the devil wants. He wants to control all of humanity and get them into his hive mind, because just like in Revelation 17, it shows that the beast and the 10 horns, who are the 10 kings who come with the beast, with Antichrist, his 10, I believe, fallen angels / Nephilim kings, who will rule with the beast, the 10 regions of the world that they will break it into. These are of one mind, and they will give their power and authority to the beast. Okay, that is right there, the hive mind in a very simplistic way, or very much the same kind of thing that they're talking about, that the 10 horns, the Nephilim fallen angel kings who come with the beast, and the beast who controls them, they have this hive mind. They all think alike. Again, down here in verse 17, for God has put it into their hearts to fulfill his purpose, to be of one mind. So God is going to allow them to do that, to serve the beast in order to fulfill God's ultimate purposes. And speaking of Jews, did you know that even Horus, good old son of Isis, is also known as a Jew in some, basically in the video game world or in the fiction world? He is called, in these different games, Horus 04. It says here Jew level, talking about his monster level. Again, in a different version in 2016, which is basically a reference to the gods of Egypt, that movie that came out recently. Says that he is a shapeshifter from giant human to even more giant god form, and he's called, his Keiju level is 3 here, so that's his monster level. So really, Keiju is, to me, another form of Horus, the pagan god of Egyptian mythology, and basically the son of the son of Satan, son of Antichrist, son of Ra, whatever you want to call it. And the fact that she controls this beast really reminds me of a movie that I did a video on recently called A Monster Calls. So just as Anne Hathaway in this movie Colossal controls this beast with their thoughts and with their actions, so in this particular movie, this boy, was basically, I wouldn't say controlling Apollyon, but basically this tree-like figure who literally was a depiction, in my opinion, of the destroyer Apollyon coming up out of the earth and trying to befriend this boy and acting as if he's there to help him. But really, this is yet again just painting a picture of the devil as the hero, which really he is anything but. So really, this is what we are constantly being shown, that the beast is good, that aliens are good, that all of these things that we can morph with them, or we can be friends with them, and they're not necessarily bad at all. And as I kept pondering this movie, it really hit me as to what we're really being shown here, and that's what I'm going to get into right now. Is that as I thought about this goofy character really that Anne Hathaway is playing, you can wonder, how can this woman, who basically is having a nervous breakdown or a mental breakdown because of a breakup with her boyfriend and other things that are, or events that are happening in her life, are really affecting her and causing her to have a mental breakdown, how is it that she has this bizarre connection with this beast? What are we really being shown here? Is it just something for comedy? Is it just something to make us laugh? And that's when it really hit me that the fact that she's mentally unstable, the fact that she's not really thinking in her right mind, and the fact that she, at the same time, despite not being in her right mind, she is the one controlling this beast. It really hit me that I believe we are being shown this, the woman who rides the beast, exactly what is shown in Revelation 17. And of course, we know that the woman represents Mystery Babylon, all of paganism, the one world religion that is coming. We saw this clearly in so many different TV shows and movies that we have broken down right here on this channel. But I believe that Anne Hathaway is representing the woman, Mystery Babylon, the woman in red, the whore of Babylon, riding the beast. Because why is it that even even though she's being traumatized in her life with all these horrible things that are happening to her, having a mental breakdown, how is it that she's able to control this thing? So I believe possibly cryptically we're being shown the woman who rides on the beast, exactly what is taught to us in Revelation 17, that it says that right from verse 3, that John was carried away into the spirit in the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, which was full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. The fact that this woman is riding the beast is, to me, could be showing that she has some power over the beast, or maybe not power over him, but this mystery religion is basically been controlling the world. It says that even this woman sits on many waters, which can represent, or actually it says down here that the waters represent the peoples of the world. So basically the harlot this harlot religion has been controlling the people of the world for a very long time. And so possibly we are being shown that Anne Hathaway is representing this whore, this mystery Babylon, false religion, pagan religion, the one world religion that is coming, riding the beast. And this has been shown to us so many times in so many different ways. The one thing that really makes me remember quite the performance was good old Katy Perry's performance back in 2015 Super Bowl. And what did she do? She came out dressed in flames of fire, riding a golden lion, or riding the beast. So this same kind of thing is being shown to us over and over and over again. This woman, Mystery Babylon, riding a beast. I believe we are being prepared for the final one world religion, for the final beast system. And even though they want to make this seem like it's funny, like it's a comedy, the fact that Anne Hathaway being or playing a mentally unstable person going through traumatic experiences, the fact that she is able to control this beast really, to me, is a cryptic or maybe even an obvious way of showing Revelation 17 and the whore or mystery Babylon riding the beast, having her day coming, and this one world religion coming and basically leading the world into all-out paganism. I believe that is happening even right now as we speak, that the world is just descending further and further and further into chaos and no morals and no rules. They don't want to be told that homosexuality is wrong. They don't want to be told that that promiscuity is wrong. You can sleep with whoever you want. You can have all the pleasures that you want. Money is good. Indulge in sports, indulge in food, indulge in alcohol. Take all the drugs you want. Have sex with with whomever you please. I just I'm not trying to say you can't have a good time. I'm not trying to say that sports is inherently bad, but to me, it is definitely becoming a huge distraction. I see it in so many Christians even. They just are so enamored with the sports world, and they don't seem to care much about spiritual things. But really, this woman riding the beast represents all of these things, the distraction to take you away from Abba Yahweh and his son Yeshua, who is coming. The true faith is faith in Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. He is the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords. He is going to make war with the beast, the dragon, the false prophet. He is going to defeat them, and he is the one who is going to rule this world forever. So do not be fooled. I fully believe that this movie, again, is cryptically or possibly obviously showing us that the woman riding the beast is coming, that both are coming really. The woman, the whore, the mystery Babylon is going to be the one world religion possibly that will worship the alien savior who is coming very soon. We spoke about that in Colony, how they spoke about this greatest day in the show that they are preparing everyone for, which will be the coming of Antichrist. They want the greatest day in the minds of the Illuminati. They all have this hive mind, remember. In their minds, the greatest day will be the arrival of Tammuz, of Nimrod, of the Antichrist, of the beast. That is going to be their greatest day. And they are programming the people of this world to accept that the whole world is going to worship the beast. They're no longer going to worship any of these other religions or these religious figures that they have been. They will worship and follow after the beast. The mystery Babylon whore religion is going to take over this world, and the signs of that are all over the place. And yet again, I believe that is exactly what this movie is showing. So do not be fooled. Put your faith in Yeshua Jesus. He is the one that is going to defeat all of this and is going to take this world down. He's going to trample this world, rule it with a rod of iron, and is going to have a righteous and eternal kingdom that is going to last forever and ever. All of this stuff is just the counterfeit. So as always, please be aware of what is being shown to us in plain sight. God bless you.
I just looked at the news and I think I'm in shock. A giant monster just materialized over Seoul.
That happened like 9 hours ago. You're just hearing about this. What have you been doing all day?
You ever notice how it just keeps destroying everything in its path, but it never looks down? It's like it's being operated by remote control.
Gloria, you gotta see this.
It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.